Alright, we're back again. Don't want the horse to get dry. I want you to think of this scenario for a minute. The doorbell rings at your home. You normally go to the door and you ask who's there, and then open the door. One day you hear the doorbell ring and you thought it was your son who forgot his key, but when you opened the door it was two masked thugs holding knives pushing you back into your house. One of them's holding a handgun. Before you can scream, you're stabbed and shot. You run to the bedroom, try to wake your husband up, but watch. The men follow you and shoot your husband. While they do this, you're unable to sneak out of the room to where your husband has stored a pistol. For years you told him you did not want a gun in the home, but now you're looking for one to stay alive. See? You find the pistol, but you're shaking so bad you're not sure if you can hit an elephant. The masked men have realized you're missing from the room. They're now hunting you. You catch one of them by surprise and shoot all the bullets off in his direction. You hit him, but he's still moving, and there's another one of them in the house, and you're out of bullets. I got news for you. This is exactly what happened in Florida when an average homeowner opened the door. Although she survived, she now keeps steel bars on her windows, pistols all over her house, does not even think about opening her doors without looking in the monitors to see who is at the door. Her brief experience developed in her mindset about survival. Do you want a similar experience before you start thinking about your own survival? My friend, you don't want to experience what that woman experienced. And that was a true story. But think about it. You do not want to experience that horror, okay? You don't want to experience. I suggest that you go to a gun class and you learn gun safety, and I suggest that you get you some way to defend your home besides that baseball bat that you look at Louisville Slugger in the corner. Every now and then it'll work, but I'm telling you right now, we're moving into an age where the only thing that's going to keep you alive will be the right to keep and bear arms and defend yourself. You understand me? And by knowing the safety of a weapon, Martin did some shotgun safety and some tips and all that, and praise God for that. And I've been going to do some on, and I just have not, man, I have not had time, you know. Time don't wait on nobody. Old guy at IGA, the guy's he's a little bit slow, I'll put it like that, because so am I, you know, but in any event. But every time I talk with him and he's going to bring the groceries out, I got them, Mr. Jerry, and he said, no, let me bring. He said, how you doing today, Bill? I said, you know, he said, time don't wait on nobody, does it? He said, it's moving on whether we want it to or not, and that's a fact. Time don't wait on a person. Time keeps on moving, okay? And it keeps slipping. What is that song? Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I mean, you know, we got to think about this. Time is running out to get your guns and get prepared. Time is running out to get your food and get prepared. Time is running out to sit down, phone's ringing, I ain't studying. Time is running out for you to get yourself prepared mentally and physically with your family and have that family unit time. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna come up with a scenario here in a minute, and I apologize for that phone, but that's the way it is when you're doing live stuff. But in any event, I want you to think about something. One of the easiest ways to begin the survival mode of thinking that your family and you need is to have a survival room. Okay, a place to go. You have necessary tools for survival in that room. You also go over the reason why the room's there. Listen to this. Why it's important for family members to get there in an emergency. By explaining about the room and why it's necessary, you're able to bring up a mode of survival. And with the survival tools in the room, you're not telling any member of the family to kill anyone or try to hurt anyone, but when explaining the reasons behind the room, natural instincts start to work through their minds and through these people that you're talking to. So you have begun to eliminate the everyone is my friend attitude, because everyone is not your friend. You get the survival room, you have it set up, you have the things of survival in there. I mean, in case you have to be in there for longer than 30 minutes, maybe you have to be in there for hours. You know, you keep you something in there that you can snack on. You keep you something in there that's definitely gonna stop that person that wants to come into that survival room door. Deadbolt that thing. Use an exterior deadbolt on the interior door. Okay? Deadbolt to give you one. Put you one up here about 4 or 5 foot. Put you one down there about 2 foot and one at 3 foot. So key the same, baby. I mean, what I'm telling you is inexpensive stuff that can save your life, because we are living in some very tough times. That's not running. That's not being afraid. That is gathering your family at the first sign of a breakage or a beat on that door. You know it ain't a civil beat, and you get them to that room. You get them locked in there, And I ain't going to tell you whether to stay out and fight or go in there and let them try to come through there and just spray them through the door, whatever. I don't know. But I'm telling you, a survival room is a great idea that I think that everyone should consider. But having said that, I've got to move on. You know, a safety room, I'm not talking about a hollow core door in a safety room. I'm talking about a solid wood door. And I know I'm talking, this may run you up to a couple of $100, but I'm just telling you right now, what's your life and your kid's life worth? Is it worth doing something of that nature? And you'll have to make that decision. But in any event, I need to move on. Get these pages straight here. My 2-year-old got a hold of them. So, but in any event, let me move on. Okay. I am trying my best to raise my children to be wise children, to be smart, to be intelligent, and kind and respectful to others. You know, they get around people and yes sir, no ma'am, and you know, and they well, you know, I thank you, they're respectful because they're supposed to be. Okay. Now, you work to teach them right from wrong, like your family did for you. However, remember this: I know that you and I try to teach our children right and wrong, be respectful, and to make sure they don't steal or lie and things of that nature, but not everybody does that, my friend. This is a society that they don't all do it. You know, they leave it up to their daycare. They leave it up to the public school. Okay, they leave it up to the babysitter or the TV or the computer to teach them. And God knows, well as I do and you do, that there's a lot of violence on TV nowadays. And that's why my kids, I do let them watch some TV. I'll be honest with you about it, but it's Christian, like VeggieTales and God Rocks and that's just me. Okay, you do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, when you propagate that violence into their mind all the time, you know, and you don't sit down and you don't talk with them about it, you know, pretty soon they're gonna realize that, you know, this has been going on in the cartoons. Now I'm seeing it with real people on TV, so I got the right to go do it. You know, and it just don't make sense, but that's just the way the society that we're living in, and we need to keep that in the back of our mind, that you do not know whether or not that person that has grown up under violence, and it could be abuse in the home and whatever, but you need to be on guard for that. It's just the reality and the nature of how we are in a society today, man. That's just the way it is. But let me move on. Okay. It's unfortunate with children of dysfunctional families that become adults, most do not have morals and the ability to decipher right from wrong. The function is based on what they want. Did you hear me? You know, if you have what they want, you're just an obstacle in their way, and they will try to get you out of their way to get what they want. It happens every day in America. And with the economic, I believe it's already a depression myself. Now they say it's a recession and all this bull crap. I believe we're in a depression. I just believe there's so many more people than there were in the 29 through 34, ever how long it took. You know, there's so many more people, and everything is so much more integrated, that it's just taking longer to take the plunge, per se, okay? You know, certain people are feeling it now, you know, but there's other people that's coming to the pipeline that's coming down to, okay? You know, there's a lot of, they don't tell you about these businesses closing, especially small businesses. They just only do what sells, okay? Every news agency does what gets them ratings, which in my opinion is a bunch of bull crap, okay? But in any event, and the reason I keep the cable, and I'm going to keep it as long as I can, is I like to see the stock market, and I like to hear what they're lying about, therefore I can decipher. Generally what they're telling you is the opposite, but in any event, we'll move on from that, because this is supposed to be about civil unrest and are you prepared, so let me move on. See, because of the problem, you have to teach your family about survival, and because of the number of people in our society who have been in prison and have become even more hardened because of their incarceration, these people have become top of the food chain during riots and civil unrest, you see. Now, a prime example. Go look it up in the Katrina stuff. Go look it up. In the Katrina, they couldn't get to the food, but they was in the friggin' Walmart taking TVs and all that. The first thing a lot of them's gonna do, now this is your average thug, not professional criminal. He's gonna run and get him a TV. And we're in an economic depression. He's gonna go run and get a friggin' flat screen. I mean, give me a break, dude. Now, if the dude was breaking in there to get food, okay, busted all the Walmart shops, and they were getting canned food, you know, I might slap him on the wrist, but stealing the TV, I mean, that's just a thug, you know. But anyway, you got to work that out amongst yourselves. I'm coming back with another part in a minute. I'll be back in a minute.